Hey y'all, as you can see, got a little cart here, well, pieces of a cart. I went and took the piece off that was right here, which is the top piece right there, and then I bolted the cross piece right there, and I bolted all that. And the reason I did this, guys, is because I was hauling some metal with it, and hey y'all, this is Dave back, and I got this set up right here. Now, people say bed frames don't work that good, but I think they do. You know, I love that steel. What I got going on here, I'm going to take one of these bed frames, and I don't know if I'm going to hook it to the outside of this, because this is heavy right here, and it goes all the way down. It's the back support, so I'm going to leave that there. And I don't know if I'm going to run it like this one is, straight up flush, or if I'm going to bring it out to the end like this one is. I'll probably just bring it up flush so there ain't that extra, or I'll cut that off and then lay it up on there, because I want this all laying flat against the steel up underneath it. You know, I don't want to have that up there and then have that, let's see here, have that gap right there. I don't think that'd be right. So I think that's what I'm going to do. There it moves. But I'm going to cut this off right across there and then lay it up on there. And then up here on front, I got this bed frame that's going to go across like that, and then I'll 45 this in, 45 that in, and then everything will be chopped off to here. And what I was looking at was right here in the middle, a seam that holds these two pieces right here together. It's not very strong, you know, right there in the middle. And as I'm hauling stuff, you know, there's a lot of give and take. So I'm going to run on the inside those two bars across there. Well, you know, I've gotten to thinking that brace piece that goes across here, that's sitting right here. See, this is the tongue, which on the inside of the tongue, I got to cut a piece of, hang on, let me see where it's at. I got one here that's already almost ready. It's going to go inside like that. One on this side I'll have to just cut off right here. And it barely misses the holes right here where the bar comes through here to hold it down. So, in the dump part, the dump latch. And the bolt here, so I can drill holes, and I can put that in there, just notch this out right here for this little tongue piece that the spring hooks onto. And it'll go from up here all the way down to the axle. So, but what I was talking about is right here on top. This is what goes across. So I'll have to shave maybe a little bit off of each one of these where it hits the bed frames. And right here is where that center piece goes down into there. So that's going to have to be shaved out just a little bit on each side to account for the bed frames that's going in the middle. And I've thought about taking this and strengthening this up, but this is pretty heavy still except for this top piece, and I ain't too worried about that. If it is an issue, like I said, later whenever I want to put bigger tires on this, I'll have to come in here and cut this off and extend it up. So that is not a problem right now. This is the problem. So I'm going to start getting this all cut. I'm going to cut it up, cut all the pieces I need, and maybe figure up some of my 45s. I'm kind of doing this old school. I've just got a Black & Decker with a metal blade on it. And my speed square. My buddy, he's got a chop saw, but you know, I can get 45s perfect with that, but hey, I'm not perfect. I'm just doing this the best I can. Yep, I'll let y'all in a little while. Well, this is what I got so far. You know, it ain't too bad. But what I got all my pieces cut. I decided there wasn't no reason to, since this is so thick, you know, right here, it's as thick as this bed frame. Well, let me focus right. So I don't have to put a piece there in the back. I could, and I might, but I doubt it since I got all this cut, you know, because everything's laying flush now, except for this front piece right here, because that will lay flush there. So I'm gonna have to do the same to these that I did back here. Is cut them off, cut this little piece out, you know, make little tabs there. And one of these that I cut off was almost, it's probably about an eighth, maybe it's, yeah, about an eighth, between 16th and an eighth. Too long, so I hang off over right here. So I got to shave one of these down when I do my 45s in there, and then I can get that going and I can start welding. I'll get this a little bit more cut up and I'll holler at y'all later. Okay, well, ended up leaving my camera outside for a couple of days and couldn't find it. Laid it down and found it sitting over by some lawnmowers, but been working on this. Got all steel I needed. Still got to drill 2 holes out here and get 2 bolts for this side. I went ahead and took the tires off because drilling the holes, you know, I needed the spot open. And this one here ended up breaking the valve stem, so I got to get a new valve stem, so it had to come off anyways. Got a lot of cleanup to do, a lot of grinding work, and then painting it. My weld jobs are crappier than crap, but this stick welder on this bed frames ain't too good. So you want to see some crappy weld jobs? Get this to focus in good. That's some crappy weld jobs. But what I did was I put 2 angle iron, 2 bed frames in here. Run them down. So it works. And then I cut. You know, this ain't hauling no 12 tons or 1 ton or, you know, went ahead and cut this piece out here off of this. Let the bars out so I could weld it inside of it. And it's welded all the way around. That weld, it ain't going to focus in good. Sorry about that, but that's a good weld across there. But I got the centerpieces I can get for that. That's no problem. Be able to haul this on just about anything. I'm still going to come up into this right here in the middle, the weld mill bar coming up across here, and then right across here, and then right down this side to give some extra support to this, you know, so this thing here, if I get some weight on it or if it comes back down on it, it won't break it. I was taking the tire off, and I noticed this hub was all the way back to here. So it was shoved all the way past, get this nut off here. It was shoved all the way past this stopping point here, because outside of this is supposed to be right there. So it shoved past, and I kind of broke it off and put it right there. It was making the tire rub against right here, the inside of that rim. So I'm looking at still getting some way of pulling that bearing out. I got a bearing puller that I do believe will work. I put these 2 bars here, right across here. And when I did that, I didn't notice my nut right there. I was right in the way, but that little notch in here kind of saved it. Like I said, these are just old bed frames, you know. So all I used was bed frame. And then I put washers up underneath the 4 bolts here to help keep it level. And then whenever I bolt these two and these two down, it will all be down. But I put these in here, and I was going to put another one across the front, about right there. You know, like these are, just to help support it so this thing won't go like this. You know, I know this ain't no trailer I'm going to be pulling down the road behind my vehicle, you know. Especially not them little old tires. You know, this is just a lawnmower hauler, but see what I plan on doing is going up in the woods and up in the mountain down to crosses and pulling out some good, nice, flat rocks. Something that will fit up in the middle of that, you know, when I'm planning on loading it down, using the 4-wheeler and bringing it back. And I need something heavy and stout. Like I said, you know, I got gravel from my driveway, and I got big old piles of gravel and dirt to move, so I'll need that. And today, a friend of mine brought me over a stack of lumber, and they're not in the best of shape. They're from a tear down. Some 2x4s. I had those 2 2x6 and 7 2x6s and a couple long 2x4s. And I'm going to make me a floor coming off of this. And he's trying to talk me into just making a building and shoving it up against that one. I don't know yet, but it's going to be 12 foot long and 10 foot wide. And I'm going to go right up against this. And I'll have my inside building. But this here is coming along. I got a couple more bolts and stuff I got to put in it, and I'll give you a shot once I get everything grinded off and painted and bolted in. Well, there she is, finished project. Got the tongue on it, and I had to do a little grinding on the bottom side to get that work. I took it off to another trailer, got it painted. I know it kind of paints up around on the edge, but you know, this is just a work trailer, and I just wanted the rust. The tailgate's on. Take that right off, no problem. This tire here, like I said, I still gotta get the lug nut for it, but welds are all done. Oh, almost fell over. It's a trailer tongue. It's welded good. There's a good weld across there. I never did do that one right there because I didn't want that on there. Let me pop this open. See? It is on there. And me and the granddaughter's going to go around. Say hi, Michelle. We're going to go around on the 3-wheeler, and I'm going to pull this around for a minute and see how she pulls, even with the flat tires. See, make sure she still pulls straight and acts right. So let's go unlatch it. Let's go latch it onto the trailer. No, you're not going to get on this because it's got a flat. Yeah, we're going to ride that. Okay, now see, just put it right up there. 1 7/8 inch ball, 1 7/8 inch hitch. So there we go. See, and that's what I kind of made this for, is to pull behind that and do that. All right, let's go see how she runs. Talk to y'all later.